Sagrario. The location, this church is location in the downtown between Garcia Moreno and Espejo Street. The Sagrario was built next to the Cathedral Church. Its attribute to the Fray Antonio Rodriguez and Marco Guerra. Gabriel Descorsa Escalante was responsible for the front and they used the same neoclassic order that gone in the building of San Agustin a few years early. The church was completed between in 1061 and 1616. Its facades stand on the mural of the dome and the Baroque partition. Legarda. The two words are from the mid-18th century. For the construction of the temple was necessary to define the Latin cross with short nave, as the company has a large dome on a drum that cross to the crease. The barrel vault in the nave entrance and the capulines on the side chapels. Description of the facade. This facade was built between 1099 and 1066, designed by architect Ortiz. There are 3 lines of long columns at the first level, with 3 cordition, 1 adobe, to balance the frame, the doors, its great central windows, and the tower that divides the front of the building in 2. The imposing stone sculpture of the San Pedro and San Pablo occupy the highest parts of the second body. Like in the church to episcopal authority, the lower 2 sculptures represent faith and hope. Good morning, I am Chulli0. I study in University Tecnológica Equinoccial. For a moment, I am guide. Different church. First church, Cathedral Church. Location is the location on the southern side of the Plaza Grande. The Plaza Grande, we can see the Cathedral Church. It was built in the 1535. I was when the church built different centuries. The church remains of Antonio de Sucre and the remains of President up to the middle in the 16th century, the Cathedral of the Quito. The history, this is the main temple in the Ecuador. We constructed between 1562 and 1565. At that time is the where the made of adobe. In the roof was the thatch. Nevertheless, the church has been modified several times, mainly in the different centuries. The biggest modifications were made. Now church is made of the stone and has an impressive arcade which is along the north side. The description, the altar is the Gothic style, which was placed in the late 19th century Italian Dominican. The roof on the church Morris styles with with painting of the martyrs of the order of Santo Domingo. The cover of the central nave is composed of the first apexada armor and the crux was incised by pies of Tracy. The Capilla del Rosario of the century Baroque, Hewell Dance, Gerso's works, and the chapels of the Rosario. These are strong of the Quito architecture, with its representation of more complicated Baroque decoration, with tile carving on the raised background, the column, with original mix of the plants and anthropomorphic and the complicated enclosures, all the which complex as full set or fray ornamental. Good is this very old in the church. Everything. Thank you. Thank you for your attention. Hello. For a moment I stay the church company. One of the first, no, one of the most beautiful in the church in Latin America. The history, the Jesuit church belonged to the Jesuit order in the funded in 1040 by Ignacio of Loyola. His orders come to the territories of the Royal Audiencia of the Quito of the 1586. It was of the last religious order to the right to Ecuador. This order had two objectives: to evangelize and educate the indigenous people. For its construction was used with two Jesuit Roman church models. Two Jesuits in the architect part and the San Ignacio in the decorated one. On January 25, 1065, bought the lands and immediately began construction. Plans that were brought from the Roma by Nicolas Durand Maastricht. The wheel is from 1065 until 1066. The hard construction lasted 160 years. The building of the front, the sides, and trees. The description: the church has Latin cross with the presence of three naves on central and two lateral sides and a cross. The general styles that you can look it's the Baroque, the church, which means for of empty. That means that the very edge space of the church is decorated. And one of the features in Baroque is that size in the church is always symmetrical. The pulpit is the only element that is not symmetrical within the church. Thank you for your attention. Thank you. For a moment at stay the Church San Francisco. It is located on the streets Bolivar and Sucre. It is largest architecture, the conjunct which exists in downtown of the other cities. The square was the place where indigenous trade products. San Francisco was built over in the Inca temple, which is the reason actual church is much higher than other stood in Quito. This beautiful church was built in the 1535 for the Franciscanos. Just 1 month after the Spanish arrived, it was completed in 1560 by Fray Jodoco, who planted the first wheat. The facade of the church is austere in the accordance, which reminds canons of the Greco-Roman neoclassic. The lower parts has in the light of Doric column, which measured with the rectangle wall. The upper has settling shortened Ionic columns, and the facade. This facade is made of volcanic stones. The front began its construction in the years 1622 to 1625 by Leonardo Dobler, who built the column and sculpture. The construction resumed in the 160 until the years 1065 by Brother Venancio Gandolfi. In the bottom right we find the Saint Francis Xavier on this to the spine in style Cosoca, while the lower left San Ignacio de Loyola and west to the San Luis Gonzaga. Thank you for your attention. Thank you. Hello, for a moment at stay the Church Santo Domingo Church. The location, the Church of Santo Domingo is located between the Flores, Pereira, Montúfar, and Rocafuerte streets. Date of construction. Its construction is Plaresque and Moorish century. The chapels obtained from the sites in the 1541 begin 20 years later. Begin the construction of the main cloister. Construction, it was more than 6 main cloisters, 3 temples, 6 countries where we can see as impressive architecture. An artistic collection. Here was also the birds of the Escuela Quiteña of the artists of the colony. Inside the church, we can find beautiful painting and sculpture made by important artists like Caspijara, Legarda, Miguel de Santiago, Bolivar. The columns are decorated with mudéjar style, covered with gold leaf. In the high altar of San Francisco, which style is Baroque and decorated with gold. Later, the sculpture of Virgen de Quito by Legarda in Jesús del Gran Poder by Father Carlos. Both important members of the Quito Church of Art. Good. I speak the different church. Thank you for your attention. Thank you.